Your research and academic branding company, where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. And today we're talking about getting you clarity in your vision and brand. One of the first things that I notice PhDs trying to figure out when they come to me is, what's my brand? They say things like, I do multiple things, I have multiple passions. I can't tell people my brand in like one succinct sentence. And so the first phase of the 9-step Power Your Research program covers mindset, your vision, and your brand assets. So the first phase of the Power Your Research program is all about getting the clarity that you need so you have a strong foundation to build on in terms of getting the visibility and the authority and increasing your speaking engagement rates and consulting and making a lot of money and all of that good stuff. And so in this video, I'm just going to go over a couple of high points of the first phase of the Power Your Research program, because hopefully it'll help somebody out there to get started on figuring this all out. So, the first step in the Power Your Research process is mindset. We all have mindset issues. Some of us have common mindset issues. So some of the common mindset issues that I work through with my clients that is really specific in particular to my PhDs and those that have been in the educational system a long time is that we rely on external validation because that's what school is. You do the work and you get a grade and someone tells you you did a good job or you didn't do a good job. And because we are primed and trained over and over and over again to rely on external validation, we forget that the most important validation is the internal validation. So yes, we need other people to enroll in our thing and say that we did a good job and to pay us money because they see that we have a great program. But that's going to take you far, but it's not going to take you to the finish line. It's like somebody telling you that they believe in you, but you don't believe in yourself. It's never going to work. And so, internal validation is super, super important. And that's one of the common mindset things that we work through at the beginning of this process. Then we all have some mindset things that we have to work through that are specific to us. And so, having a feedback loop, which is me, because I'm your coach inside the Power Your Research program, having a feedback loop for someone to be able to identify the mindset issue you're having, help you get over it so that you can have a strong foundation is going to be super important, because the fact of the matter is you can't make a lot of money if you have money issues that are subconscious or conscious that are going to be preventing you from having the self-esteem or self-value that you need to do things like increase your speaking engagement rate or charge more for consulting or whatever it is. So the first thing you want to work on before even embarking in trying to build your brand and get out there and get your work out there is mindset. And the beautiful thing is on your entrepreneurship journey, because that's what you're on if you're trying to build a brand, you're going to be required to address some of those mindset issues because they'll come up. You'll notice that they are holding you back and you'll have to figure out a way to blow past them. The second step in the Power Your Research program is vision. And this kind of means two things, really. So we see big brands out here all the time that are talking about the things that maybe we want to be talking about. And we tend to feel like maybe our brand needs to look like that and feel like that and be like that. But that is not the case. You have to be you, as I mentioned in a previous video, and do it in a way that resonates with you. That doesn't mean you're not going to have to get out your comfort zone, but you have to be building a brand that resonates with who you are, your lifestyle, how your family structure is set up, how your lifestyle is set up. And so you need to get clear on what your future vision of this brand looks like so that you could do the things now to be intentional about that lifestyle that you want to live, the brand that you want to have, looking and feeling the way that you want it to look in the future. So this just requires you to take a few steps back and have someone guide you through documenting your vision, because sometimes you honestly don't know, and you need that feedback loop. For my academics and my clients with master's degrees, a lot of our vision is tied up and wrapped up in academia, especially if you've been on a tenure track, because you've done things to the soul solely to get tenure, solely to become a full professor or whatever it is, to the detriment of other things that you probably care about, because you probably care about more things than just your higher ed achievements. And once you get tenure and once you become a full professor, you naturally start thinking like, what else is next? And so taking a step back to figure out, even down to what you want your life to look like hour by hour, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, is super important. And then having that documented. The third step in the Power Your Research process, which wraps up the first phase, which is the clarity phase, is your brand assets. So, you know, brand colors, brand logos, and all that stuff is really superficial. And it tends to be the first thing we think about when it comes to building a brand. In my opinion, the color of your logo doesn't matter. The story you tell matters much more. Understanding who you're targeting and who your audience is and what your promise to that audience is, and connecting the thing that you want to do with what the market actually wants is more important than you spending a year trying to figure out what your colors are. So when I say brand assets, I mean your brand statement, which includes your promise to your audience, your brand adjectives, which includes who you're showing up as when you log on to a video, and your brand archetype, which revolves around the story that you're creating around your brand that resonates with you and that will resonate with your audience. So, one quick example before I sign off, my brand statement is I create experiences for free thinkers to feel empowered when they're challenging the status quo. And so, in one sentence, you know who I am, what I do, and who I do it for. It is clear. It might prompt you to ask more questions, which is good, but it's clear. You automatically know if if I'm someone you want to continue talking to and possibly work with or not. And so my brand statement helps me say yes and no to opportunities, because as you build your brand, as you get more visibility and authority, you're going to attract more opportunities, which is a good thing. But if you don't have the clarity, the North Star, so to speak, you're going to be accepting opportunities that are actually distractions that are actually taking you farther away from the thing that you want. And so those are kind of the three steps in the Power Your Research process. And I hope they help some of you out there. And I hope to see you on a free call with me, 30 minutes. I'll go over the Power Your Research process. You can bring a pen and a piece of paper to take notes to get started. If you are an academic with a PhD or a master's degree, come see me. Come share your dreams and goals and what you're trying to do, and I'll help you increase your visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. If you're not ready to jump on a call with me, go ahead and check out the academic branding book. The QR code is right here below, as you can see it prominently displayed. And grab the book for 20 bucks. It'll take you from where you are today to a six-figure roadmap, learning how to increase your visibility, authority, and get media coverage and all of that good stuff. And yeah, I'm excited for this book to change lives. And yeah, again, my name is Dr. Sheena Howard, and I hope you have an amazing